Hello children. Union government, state government and judiciary. That lesson we are learning. Already we learned about the union government and state government. In today's class, we are learning about the judiciary, our judiciary. See children, when we are making the law, implementing the law, then someone has to watch it whether all are following or not. Order and peace is there or not in the society. So we need the judiciary. Judiciary means court. All the types of courts are coming under the judiciary. Judiciary is very essential in the smooth administration in the country as well as maintaining the peace and order in the society. When all are obeying the law, maintaining the law means definitely there will be peace in the society. So judiciary are the most important role they are having in the administration of the country. And one more thing is the judiciaries are independently they are working. They are not belongs to neither nor central government nor the state government. Independently they are working. Follow children. Why they are independent? See, when they are independent, then only they can function impartially. If they belongs to central government means they may do the favor for the central government. If they belongs to state government means they may do the favor for the state government. Like that it happens. Because of this reason, judiciary is not belongs to any government. It is independent. Followed? Yes. The meaning of judiciary, children, the independent system that interprets the law and passes its judgment is called judiciary. The system which interprets the law. Court only interprets the law which are made in the parliament. Then passes its judgment. That system is known as the judiciary. Yes. What are the functions of the judiciary? Next, after knowing the meaning of judiciary, we will come to know the functions. What are the functions of the court? Courts interprets the law formed by the legislature. That is the main duty. Whatever laws are made in the parliament, that will be interpreted. That will be passed to the society by the court only. Court only passes that laws to the society. Interpreting is called. Next one, they give judgment relating to the disputes between the individuals or dispute between the government. Whenever there is a dispute. So, in that case, court is giving the judgment. Either dispute may be between the two individuals or between the two government or between the individual and government. In any case, it is the only court who are giving the judgments. Yes, no children? Then, they perform the important task of protecting the life, property, dignity and rights of the citizen. It is the one of the most important duty of the judiciary that it is protecting the life of the people. See, no one should hurt you, no one should insult you. If anyone does that means court will punish that one. The person who are committing all these crimes. Yes, correct no? So, court only giving protection for our life as well as for the self-respect. Dignity it is called. Then it is protecting our life also. Many times property issues will be there. If someone is denying to give you the property on which you are having the right, that time if you are putting case against them in the court means court will provide you your property. Yes, no children? So like this way, court is providing the life, property, dignity and right of the citizen. Fundamental rights are there, 6 fundamental rights. If anyone denied that right, if you are not allowed to enjoy that right means you can go to the court. Right to religion, that is your fundamental right. You are having right to perform your religion, your own religion. You can celebrate your festival. You celebrate your puja according to your custom. No one can restrict that one. Even though anyone restricted means you can go to court. That is fundamental right. Like this, many rights are there. Fundamental right to speech, right to freedom, right to religion, right to education. All this one. Anyone denied this one means you can go to the court for these rights. Then courts are not controlled by either legislature or executive. Their functions impartially and independently. Already I said this one. They not belongs to anything, neither legislature nor to the executive. Legislature means parliament, union government. Executive means number of departmental ministers will be there. It is not belongs to anything. It is independent and they are functioning impartially. When they are functioning impartially, then only judgment will be fair, comfortable. If they are doing favor to some people and not favor to the other people, means people will not respect, people will not obey. When they are impartial, then only everyone will respect. So our judiciary is working independently and impartially. Yes, these are the 4 functions of the court. All that one you are having in your textbook, children. Point wise I explained that one. Next comes the Supreme Court. Here I wrote Supreme Court, children. It is the highest court in India, Supreme Court. So we are having the common judiciary system, children. Whatever laws are made, it is for entire state. Only few laws are made in a state which are restricted only for the state. Otherwise, what the laws are made, it is for entire country only. Common judiciary system we are having. So this Supreme Court is for the entire India. Supreme Court, one of the highest court in India. It is in New Delhi, and this Supreme Court consists Chief Justice and 25 other judges. Followed, one Chief Justice will be there and 25 judges will be there. And these all judges are appointed by the President of India. These judges are well experienced one. These are appointed by the President of India. How it will be done? See, in the normal court, lawyer will be there, appeal lawyer will be there, opposition lawyer will be there, and individually they are going and telling the evidence. That system will be not there in the Supreme Court. In the Supreme Court, only judges will be there, no lawyers. That judges, you have to put the documents in front of them. They will analyze that one, and afterwards, the discussion with all judges, they will declare the judgment. That system will be there in the Supreme Court. Every case will not go to the Supreme Court, children. Only the matters between the 2 states. Between 2 states, any issue is there, and national issue is there. Smuggling, very big crime, like this, something is there, that matter will go to the court. If you are having the property issue, if you are fighting, you and neighbor are fighting for the site or your place, in that time you can't go to the High Court. It is up to High Court only, up to our state only, not to the Supreme Court. So only fundamental rights means you can go. Anyone restricted to perform your religion, right to freedom is there. In that restriction is there. In such a case, in case of fundamental rights only, you can go to the up to Supreme Court, but not to the other cases. Right to property is there, but it is not a fundamental right. Follow, children? Yes. This is about the High Court, Supreme Court. Then next comes High Court, children. High Court, yes, High Court, it is every state is having the High Court, children. The High Court functions for the particular state. If Karnataka High Court is there, means it is taking the issues within the Karnataka, and whatever judgment it is giving, it is applicable only to Karnataka, not for the other states. Any crime happened within Karnataka means that case will come in the High Court. Followed? So it is up to the particular state only. Our High Court is in Bangalore. In Bangalore we are having. In India, nearly 24 High Courts are there. Followed? Then in the High Court, Chief Justice will be there and other judges will be there. Chief Justice and some other judges will be there, and these are appointed by the President of India. The Chief Justice for the High Court is appointed by the President of India. What are the qualifications to become a High Court judges. That is, first thing is he must be a citizen of India. That is the first quality. Then he must be served under the Indian judiciary for at least 10 years. Other courts are there, children. That is magistrate court, Lok Adalat, sub-register court, district court, like this. Other courts are there. He must serve in that for at least for 10 years. At least 10 years experience he must have in the court, serving as a lawyer or judges. He must be served as an advocate of the High Court for 10 years. Along with the 10 years service in other courts, as a High Court lawyer, he must be served as a lawyer for 10 years. Then only he can be appointed as a judge of the High Court. Means 20 years experience in the law. 10 years in other courts and 10 years in the High Court as a lawyer. Then only he can be appointed as a High Court judge. Follow, children? Yes, these are the qualifications of the High Court judges. Levels of courts are there. How many types of courts we are having? That are not there. I will write. Yes, various types of courts are there in India. That one I wrote here. First, Supreme Court. Already I said it is the highest court of law in India. It is only one court. It is in New Delhi, Supreme Court. It is working at the national level. So whatever decision judgment is given in the High Court, no, it is applicable throughout India. Alright. Next comes High Court. Means it is working up to the state level. Karnataka High Court means it is working only for the Karnataka. Its judgment is applicable only in Karnataka. Tamil Nadu High Court is there means that judgment is applicable only in Tamil Nadu. Like that, it is working up to the at the state level only it is working, and its judgment is applicable in that particular state only. Next one, subordinate courts. Subordinate courts means district court will be there. Jurisdiction of that court will be that district only. Dharwad district court is there means it is applicable only to the Dharwad district. Whatever cases are there within the Dharwad district, that all cases will go to the Dharwad district court. Like that. Then magistrate court, sub-magistrate court, then Lok Adalat. That is another 4 types of courts are there. They are called subordinate courts. This Lok Adalat is again it is different, children. See, sometimes what happens, property cases, sometimes they will prolong for a long time. For a long time it will take. So people, both the parties will decide to settle their cases soon. What happened? Then they will give appeal for the Lok Adalat. That time the court lawyer only go to the place where the parties are there, where the person who given the case record, no, to their village only lawyers will go along with all the documents which they produce. Then taking both the parties and the local people, they will hear the judgment, hear the case. What are the belongings of that case and all? They will listen that one. According to that one, they will give the judgment at the same day. They will give the judgment. That is called Lok Adalat. Means within one day only they will hear both the parties and they will give the judgment. And in their place only, they need not come to the court. It is less expensive also, and it is not time consuming also. Within a day only they will solve the problem, and no need of paying the lawyer fees, roaming here and there, time consuming also, and very much expensive also, court cases and documents. But Lok Adalat is the very good work, convenient to the people. So sometimes Lok Adalat they will arrange and they will settle the cases. But once the judgment was given in the Adalat, both the party has to accept it. They can't say, I will go to the other court. Whatever judgment is given in the Lok Adalat, that is fine. In subordinate court or magistrate court, if the judgment is not agreed by any one party means they can go to the further court. They can go to High Court. But here in the Lok Adalat, once a given judgment which is final. That is the one of the condition of the Lok Adalat. Yes, this is all about our judiciary, children. I hope you understood the types of courts, their meaning, their functions. Okay. Yes. For today's class, I will give the homework. Yes, homework for today. What is judiciary? What are the functions of judiciary? Who appoints the Supreme Court judges? How many high courts are in India? What are the qualifications of high court judges? Yes, this much you write, children. So, union government, state government, judiciary, that lesson over, children. In the next class, I will start the history lesson. Okay, thank you.